We are ready to go live. Hello, my name is Jared, and this is Does This Work, a comedy podcast where I talk to comedians all over Perth from every level, entry level to open micers, professional level that have been doing it for 30 years. And my guest today is a rising star in the Perth comedy scene. One of the most brilliant writers, a brilliant mind, two-time Raw comedy competition state finalist.
Yeah.
And all over nice guy and a real comedian's comedian, Martin Darcey, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. Do I look into this camera?
Super uncomfortable.
This
either
one?
one. You
Oh,
don't have to look
okay.
into any of them. You can look at me. Just ignore the cameras.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
Because, I mean, that's intense eye contact if you're just looking down the camera. Someone will be watching this.
Yeah. But how many people watch it with video?
I don't know. No, I mean, look, I'm new. When you hear it, Does This Work, a comedy podcast?
Oh,
so.
well, I'm not. I won't. Yeah. Okay.
But I think mainly video.
Yeah.
I put the audio out as well, but I haven't checked the analytics on that one to see if they're being listened to.
And you cut up the clips and stuff. So I guess it is important that there's not just some serial killer looking dude just staring at you through the screen.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because every time I catch myself editing and I see myself looking into the camera, I'm like, oh, what's going on there? Why am I talking directly to the camera? There's just a chat between you and me.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. You came straight from work. You drove just under an hour to get here, so I appreciate it.
And it was a harrowing journey because my tyres have been balding for a long time. So I tried to keep a long distance. At least it wasn't raining, because the last time it was raining, I took a roundabout a little bit quick, and then I did a 360.
Yeah.
So I don't know if...
I've done that. That sucks.
Yeah.
Fix that up.
Immediately I put my hazards on. I was ready. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah. First question that I ask everyone, Martin Darcey, why comedy?
I think it feels good. When people laugh, it feels good.
Hell yeah.
It's mostly because people say lame shit, it's so I can conquer my fears.
Yeah.
I just think it feels good when people laugh.
Yeah, which is universal, not just to comedians. Any idiot on a work site that's made people laugh feels great afterwards. Yeah. And it's a different kind of response than... Do you do any other performing? Do you act or anything like that?
No, not at all.
Yeah, because I do a bit of music, and if I get a clap, or whatever after a song, it does. Just one guy,
just single clap,
just mum in the corner, who's just super proud. It doesn't feel the same way as when a room full of people laugh.
Oh, it's it's next level.
Yeah,
it is. For people that haven't experienced it, it's difficult to explain how good it is.
Oh yeah, it's cool and it's addictive, and I guess there is a current theme. You explain to me your first set, but there is a theme where it's even if you were shit your first set and you have a chuckle or one laugh and it works, that's enough to carry you through to the next one. So, what was your first one like?
My first one was really good actually, because I don't know if you've done Matt Storer's comedy course, but at the end there's 6 weeks, and then the last week you do 5 minutes in front of 100 people.
Wow.
And the proviso is that we've all never done comedy. So the audience is super nice. It's mostly just family. And, well, not my family, but friends.
Retirees. Bust there from a retirement home.
But just really, it was really friendly. And then I went straight into doing, the next performance was to 2 people. And I just ate shit.
At an open mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's back when I was wearing a suit on stage.
Oh, wow. So you had a whole Seinfeld persona thing going on.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So then, what was it? What was the catalyst? What made you decide to get on for the first time?
Yeah. Well, I was just wanted to do it for a while, and then I just saw an ad, and then I did it.
Oh, cool.
There was no, I'm just sort of I don't really build up to doing things. I just don't think about it, and sometimes think about it, and then I'll just do something. I'm
completely the opposite. I build it up in my head so much that it's such a big thing that by the time I do it, even if I've done well, I'm it's never been worth the wait. You know what I mean? It's I wanted to do comedy my whole life. I started at 39.
Yeah.
My earliest memory of making someone laugh was year 1. And I remember the feeling of it.
Do you remember what you said?
think it was a rape joke.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Classic 7-year-old humor.
No, no idea. But I remember 2 or 3 people laughed, and that was enough for me to go, "This is great." But then I don't want to use this comparison again because I did it the other day.
You
But
can do it. I don't care.
yeah, no, on the pod, so it's gonna be boring.
Oh, right.
But I never saw comedy as like an achievable thing. As stand-up comedy is like being a king. It was like it's not something that people can just get up and do. I never realized it was something that was like a career. Not that I'm by any means making a career out of it at the moment. Yeah. But like that's cool. And then so you just decided to do it, and then did it without really thinking. And then how was the material for the first one then, and where did it come from?
I just tried to write what I felt was funny, and a lot of it just like sucked. None of it I use anymore, and it's just like weird shit. It's hard to explain, but none of it was good.
Right. So like it's all were you trying to be that, you know how people try and be relatable? They try and do the Seinfeld. What's the deal with YouTubers at the moment, you know?
No, not really that, but I was trying to like base it on stuff that was from my life.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I was trying to talk about how like my dad, he really likes watching porn, and he like blasts it on like the surround sound. I'll just like tell a story, but there was like no punchline.
Yeah, just a funny.
And then people are sort of like,
Yeah.
but where's the punch?
So they're with you but then you're not losing them, but they're with you.
Yeah, well, I guess they're silent, so they're not really. They're listening.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just like a TED talk.
So then and then you read and like sort of read books and stuff and studied afterwards on how to sort of structure a joke?
And then, because I was like, I've made people laugh in real life, but now going on the stage, you like overthink it so much that it doesn't, some of it sort of works, and you got to be like, well, why does it work? Well, that's how I feel. I'm like, why does it work?
And were you super nervous that first one?
Oh, yeah. I was like pacing backwards and forwards for like hours. Yeah. Like beforehand in my house, and then it was actually like, I was at uni at the time, so in the apartment or whatever it was. And then, just like at the gig, and I was like, I felt like I was going to throw up. I was so nervous. And then I went up, and then it was like, you're like shaking like with the mic and stuff.
I've got a video of myself from my first one that I sent. I took a video just to send to my wife of my hand shaking. I think it was my first gong, and I'd gotten through the first. I came like top 4.
Oh my God.
Which was the first gong that I ever did. And I came off stage, and I was physically shaking, and I could see my heart beating out of my chest.
Oh yeah, right.
So I sent a video to my wife. I was like, my hand is shaking. She was there for the first one. She was like, you were great. You killed it. But yeah, I remember it's funny. Do you ever get that nervous now? Like maybe if it's a big deal, like you just opened for Rove.
Yeah, I wasn't super nervous about that, just because I know the gig's going to go well.
Yeah.
Because it's a good room.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, if it's a good room, I'm not really, you don't really get that, well, I don't get that nervous.
Yeah, that's true. I think I get nervous if there's stakes.
Yeah.
You know, maybe competitions, maybe if it's, maybe on the flip side for me, maybe if it is a bigger audience and a big room, even a good room.
Well, actually, no, my partner's parents were there, so there were some stakes.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I felt as if, I don't know, I believe in my material.
That's cool. You have to have faith in it, right? Like, in which case, do you feel like you have a stage persona? Or is like what you do on stage an exaggerated version of your own personality, or a facet?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably an exaggerated version of how awkward I am. Do you think?
I think so, because you're not super awkward in day-to-day convo.
Aren't I?
Nah, not as the way you present on stage.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like it seems very in character. Like there's been a couple comedians that I've been not sure who are doing a character or not.
Yeah.
But no, I think you present well on stage, and you're very likable. Is it? Okay, do you think that you can step outside yourself and be objective enough to have some like a decent amount of success and go, I think I succeeded because of this. People like me because of this. And what would that be?
I don't know. I have jokes that work, so that's good. People like to laugh. But maybe also I have so little self-belief usually that maybe that comes through. They're like, we're kind of on that guy's side because he needs someone to believe in him because he clearly doesn't.
So you're like classic. Felix is the same way. He was just here earlier, the self-deprecating sort of comedian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you feel like the self-deprecation facet of your stage persona allows for people to sort of be on board with you?
Maybe. Do you think I have much self-deprecating material?
I don't think you have much self-deprecating material, but I think like people that go on stage with an even if it's like a slightly awkward persona, I think comes across as a self-deprecation, even if it's not. You're not being self-deprecating.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, because these days when I get up, I try and I'll like, yeah, come on, cheer for me, and then I'll be like, wait for a while and just say hello.
See, that's funny. Why is that? That's
because
funny.
I'm like so cocky, like yeah, come on, and then I'm just like so timid.
Yeah, it's perfect. But but even calling yourself awkward is probably self-deprecating.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
In that wheelhouse anyway. You go on stage and say that you're awkward, and that's a self-deprecating thing to say about yourself.
Do you think it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy? Like the more you say it, the more it becomes real.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm self-deprecating by nature, but I don't present that on stage. So I don't tell any jokes where I'm like, anyway, so I'm a piece of shit. You know, I don't really. None of my material really allows for that because the material I have has been sort of molded by feedback that I've had where I loved that, do more of that, and I've gone, okay, I'll do more of that.
Yeah.
Do you find that you get the same sort of feedback and that it affects your writing after that?
Yeah, I think when you first start, you just like do whatever, and then you just slowly do more of what works.
Yeah, what people are responding to.
Yeah, for sure. And then that will be different depending on where you are as well. Like a Perth audience is different to like a Melbourne audience.
Yeah. So what is your approach to writing material now from when you started? And is there a lot of brainstorming that goes in? Do you write punchlines first? Or did it all come from a funny idea? Walk me through like maybe one of your most recent jokes that is working now that took some time.
It's a very sporadic process. I'll just maybe get an inkling that an idea feels funny, and then I'll do some writing around it, and then I'll just try it all, and then whatever works I'll keep, and then whatever doesn't work I'll either cut it or just like rewrite it.
Yeah. And then so would you you cut it that first go, or would you try it all the same a few times before you start trimming?
Yeah, I usually give it at least another couple shots to see if it's just... Because sometimes a line that is, like, guaranteed will just, like, bomb sometimes. So it is worth giving it a couple more tries. But I think you can sort of tell, like, the first time you tell a joke, if it's got something.
Yeah.
If it gets nothing at all, you're like, well, it doesn't even make any sense. It's just like a sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to play around with it with audiences as well, and go because what gets me is like when the same bit will work 50% of the time, worded exactly the same, but like one audience will love it, and then the next 9 audience will hate it. So I'm like, then how do I take that market research and apply it? Because Adam Bloom was the same way. Adam Bloom called one of my jokes dog shit because I was trying to do this thing on the podcast at the end where I'm like, we'll workshop a joke real quick to see if we can get something going and then follow it every week. I haven't really done it yet, but I did it with him, and he was like, he said it was dog shit. He said he liked the premise, but how I delivered it to him was dog shit. And I was like, that's awesome.
Is that a compliment, or
It was a compliment in the sense that
was it?
No, in the sense to him, it was a sense that like there's something there, but the way you present it to me needed work. But there is something there. So then when you were starting, who were your like comedy heroes? Who were you looking up to when you started?
Well, when I started, I was big into Normand.
Oh yeah.
I still like him a lot, but I try not to watch that much comedy now because I don't want it to influence me.
Mm.
So, yeah, I try and just like avoid watching comedy. But also like Dave Attell is really good.
I love David Tell. He's probably got the most jokes per minute than any other comedian that I've watched, because he doesn't allow the audience to rest.
Yeah.
He says the punchline. He's like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like this. It's like this. And then he starts talking immediately something else. So
Yeah,
he's
and
talking.
even just like talking to the crowd is like a setup for another punch.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. And I didn't really hear of him until a couple of years ago. He was like on like Mark Norman's podcast. People were talking about this guy, David Tell, all the time. And I'm like, who is this guy? And then I went and did a deep dive and found all his old stand-up. I'm like, this guy's good.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's like another comedian's comedian, how I introduce yourself, or like Norm Macdonald is someone who other comedians
I've
will
been
look
reading
at.
his book.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Norm Macdonald's.
Yeah,
I didn't even know he had a book. I've got to get it.
I think it's called Based on a True Story.
That's awesome.
And he says that nothing in the book actually happened because he thinks memoirs are like crap, basically. I can't remember how he words it.
I still remember his last appearance on Dave Letterman when he like teared up right before he passed away. Do you remember that?
I don't think I saw it.
It was emotional. Even I was like, because like I was a huge Norm Macdonald fan, and then I would watch his show, his like late show.
Yeah,
he had comedians on, or just guests on making them read bits. Anyway, but he did his last like 5 minutes spot he did on like Dave Letterman's last show, I think. And then, yeah, he was like tearing up. He was like, I love you, Dave. And then he started tearing up. I think it was back then when he knew that he was like sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, so David Tell, Norm Macdonald, Mark Normand.
Yeah.
Those guys. A lot of New Yorker comedians.
I just like people that have like clear cut punchlines.
Yeah.
Because I can understand that.
Yeah. That's cool. I feel like you can see that in your writing style as well. You can see like you do that great bit where multiple personality bit that you have.
Oh yeah.
It's great. Because it calls back twice?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I'm the same way. I like to go. I like to follow a premise and in my head be like thinking about what the punchline is. So when things fizzle out with comedians, I'm like, oh, that was the joke.
Yeah.
So like I love. And then, so do you ever write like backwards in terms of a punchline first, and then you move away from the punchline?
Not really. I think usually I'll just like think of a concept or think of even just like a sentence and then imagine what everyone's interpretation is of it and then try going opposite directions to that.
Yeah.
That's usually how I write.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I need to get away from that sort of writing though, because it's a bit predictable.
No, I think there's an art to it. I think it's great. That was Adam Bloom's, I wouldn't say feedback, but his comment to me, his notes were like, you're a big fan of that like left turn right at the end, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, I love it. It's like, it's the only way I feel like my brain separates a premise, a setup from a punchline.
Yeah.
Like if the punchline doesn't punch and doesn't subvert expectation from the setup, then is it a punchline? You know what I mean? Like if you say something with a funny accent or a funny voice and then be like, you know what I mean? And then that's not a punchline.
No.
That's so like I was like, yeah, I'm a big fan of that. He wasn't criticizing it. He's like, I can tell you're a big fan of that way of writing.
Because like, but then some people will just like talk about a thing, and there are I guess there's punchlines in it, but I just can't understand it.
But it's like when you do, like say when you do the gong, right? Or any set, but they like open with a great opener, short as possible, get them laughing immediately, and save your best punchline for the end, right? So like that, just the same as it is with a set, it should be the same as you write with a joke, right? So the premise should be a funny premise, enough to get you going, intrigued, and then the punchline needs to slap them. But like, and then so did you read Adam Bloom's
Yeah, I have read
So
it.
you know the stuff about balloon leaks and stuff, about how you can sort of see the punchline coming and it leaks all the air out of the balloon.
Yeah, yeah. If
Yeah.
they get to the punchline before you, then
Yeah,
it's not a surprise anymore.
Yeah. It does. It has affected how I write now, where I'm like, I want the last as few words as possible in the punchline.
Or ideally, if the punchline is the final word.
Yeah, that's it. That is perfect. So, do you think it's important to choose a stage persona in comedy, and stick with it regardless of what the audience thinks, or do you think that you should some way be directed in who you are on stage by how the audience responds to you?
I think different people have different answers to this because
Yeah.
some people are like, I have to be this way. But then also, why? I don't know. Yeah, I think I would rather be molded by the audience. Well, it's 50-50, isn't
Yeah.
it, really? I think.
Well, I mean, you got to be able to have an audience, right? So I was saying this to Felix, but ideally, you would eventually be at a level where you have an audience coming to see you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they know what they're going to get when they see you, but you have to build that consistently across the board when you do open mics, when you do shows,
Yeah.
so that when they see you, it's in their head. And there are a few comedians, like just open micers, that do that now. They are unapologetically themselves, and they're not trying to pander to the audience to try and make it. They're just who they are, and then then they'll get there.
I think this example's been used a lot, but if there's like a real hot dude or girl that's like, I have trouble dating, and you're like, you don't, dude, you're hot as fuck.
That was a real Mark Norman thing you did then.
Yeah. But it's like, if what you're saying is obviously a lie, it has to be like clearly satire, like clearly you're being sarcastic, or it just doesn't make any sense. Like if it doesn't compute, people are gonna like smell the bullshit, and they're just not gonna. It's just not gonna work.
Well, yeah, I mean, then there is something to when you're first starting out.
Yeah,
there is something to like imitating your heroes until you find your own thing. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I was just being Mark Norman when I got on for the first time. There's a couple, just the way he pronounces certain inflections of certain parts of his.
Yeah, I was the same. I was influenced by the people that I liked. A lot.
And then like he's great because he's like a combination of like he writes like Seinfeld, but he's dirty like like Norm Macdonald.
Yeah,
So he's a great combination, and he's got no filter, especially in I watch tons of his videos of podcasts where he just says whatever comes to his mind for the laugh, and guy's yet to be cancelled. You know what I mean?
I don't think you can.
I don't think.
Can you really be cancelled?
I don't think you can, and I don't think you can anymore. I think whatever being cancelled used to look like doesn't exist anymore. I mean, if Kevin Spacey can come back and
is he back?
He's back. He's back in some respects. I think he's
what did he do? Like he touched boys.
Yeah, but this is the thing. He touched some 14-year-old boy, and then said he's gay, as if that was it's okay.
Oh, I thought you meant he was saying the boy's gay.
No, the boy ended up being gay as well.
Because of this, or do you think he was gay previously, or do you think Kevin awakened something in him?
Well, this is what Dave Chappelle said in his special. He's like,
Kevin got into his Spacey.
Martin Darcey. Kevin got into his Spacey. Dave Chappelle said something similar. It's like the kid turned out to be gay, so which means that, quoting Dave Chappelle here, was which means Kevin Spacey can sniff that out like a truffle pick.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's like one of those drug sniffer dogs, getting up into his ass.
But then that doesn't matter, bro. He was still 14. So he's, and then, so he's back. I don't know that you can be cancelled anymore. Look, there's people I wish that could be cancelled. I had this chat with Bruno the other day. It was about and I'll ask you the same question, but like other than people like Bill Cosby, where it's like, what they did.
Yeah.
It was, are there any celebrities that fell off so much that used to be heroes that you just can't stand anymore? And there is only one right answer.
Is there any people that fell off so much?
Yeah. That you can't stand them anymore and they used to be heroes?
I What do you mean? There's only one right answer?
Will Smith is it for me. I can't stand Will Smith right now.
Oh yeah,
I used to-
action star.
Yeah.
It's the bounce back.
Yeah, bounce back to where you came from. Man.
Yeah, it's such a weird meme.
Yeah, it's
He's
terrible.
become a meme.
Yeah,
But he doesn't understand that he's
No, he thinks he's being really gangster. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Anyway,
But
like
then what do we know?
not
He's
to
got,
cut-
he's got millions of dollars. Like, what does it matter?
not to burn bridges with Will Smith.
Yeah. He's the next episode on the pod.
Yeah. I hate him. When I watched that, and he's like grunting at the camera, and he's looking at different camera angles, and he's
But how weird is it being like, I like pretty girls?
yeah, man, it's so cringy.
Yeah.
Not only cringy, like he's standing up for what he did at the Oscars when he slapped Chris Rock, making it sound like he's proud of himself. He's standing up for his wife. Chris Rock, I love. It wasn't a great joke he said about his. I mean, where this is 1,000 years too late to be talking about this.
Yeah, we're really touching on the hot button topics. Kevin Spacey and the Will Smith slap
This is
in
why I started
2025.
So this is why I started this podcast. I'm like, has anyone covered Will Smith
Remember
yet?
the moon landing?
So all right, 2-time Raw Comedy State finalists. Did those experiences teach you anything about comedy when you come back from them? You go to Melbourne, you compete there, you come back. Was there anything that you brought? You come back with not an arrogance, but like an assuredness of yourself, and you're like, I know my material. I've got faith in myself now. I'm going to be okay. That kind of thing.
I think it helped me realize that nothing really means anything.
Nothing matters.
Because like I was like, oh, I'll go over and then I'll finally be happy. But then I was like, well, I'm still depressed. Like it doesn't. Nothing really matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or like you perform to like this huge room and then like you do good or bad or whatever, and then you just like go back to being a traffic controller.
Yeah.
Like what is it?
Yeah, that's true. I know, because I work in the acting industry as well, and it's the same for actors who will go on to film big TV series, and then come back and they're working like retail.
Yeah.
But there's, it's true, and it happens. This is an industry where it's like, even when you make it, it's not. You're not. I don't know. You're not made it. You're still doing other. You're still making ends meet, doing other stuff. You could be every comedian that we know that's killing it right now has got a day job.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I get what you mean.
Because like even after like I think performing to like 1,500 people or whatever it was, and I think it went really well, and then you leave, and then like no one knows you from a bar of soap anyway. It doesn't matter what happened.
Yeah. So what about here? Like little.
Maybe it would be easier just to touch a 14-year-old boy. At least I'd end up in the news.
Yeah. Maybe it's time for you to bounce back.
It's time for the bounce back.
Got to bounce on the back of some 14-year-old boy.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm getting cancelled soon. That's great.
I don't think you can. I think being cancelled is good because at least you have some sort of like notoriety or something.
Yeah, that's true. Well, on that then, what? So what is the difference being in Perth then? Because like obviously you just opened for supported Rove, you and Felix, and I was stoked because I saw it, I posted it, and I was like, it's really cool to see people that have been killing it for ages like in a position now where they're supporting acts, because it feels like you can see your trajectory now.
Yeah,
it's like you can see that like, oh yeah, you're supporting acts like that. You'll be opening for them. You'll be them. You'll be the act. It's just a matter of time.
I hope so.
I think so. And I remember you were one of the guys that I heard about before I met.
Oh yeah.
It was weird because like people like Dan Ward.
Well, the allegations are false.
This is 14-year-old kid who was all over the clubs going.
Yeah, he was all over me.
He's walking backwards and out of every room. Like Dan Ward was like mentioned you to me. He was like, "Have you met Martin Darcey yet?" I'm like, "No." and he was like, "Oh, you'd love him. He's great." And then maybe 3 other people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, like, and I think maybe you had taken a break or something because I had been at the lounge for.
I feel like every time I'm taking a break,
Yeah.
like every time anyone ever talks to me.
Oh right, yeah. Well, because I had started at the lounge and I hadn't seen you, and then like someone started talking about you, and then then one day you were there,
Yeah.
turned up like Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. With an
and-
entourage of small boys.
Yeah, and then but it's cool because you had this reputation where people are constantly. I've said the same thing about Lockie, where I said the same thing about you, where it's like people can't say your name without following it up with is killing it, is doing great, is everywhere, is like awesome, whatever. It's always something positive.
It's always good to have nice things said behind your back.
Yeah, never to your face. Like,
yeah. No one ever says anything nice to me.
What are we, gay?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe that's just like inbuilt into people that do comedy. Being sincere is hard.
Yeah, I've heard things said indirectly about me, positive things. So and so said that you were killing it here or did really well here or whatever. And I'm like, thanks. They didn't say shit to me, but whatever.
yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, then how was the Rove show? Because that was only...
Oh, it was red hot.
By the time this airs, it'll be like 2 months ago. But
yeah, you can come not see it.
yeah, but it was right now. It was last night. Yeah, how was because Felix reckons he did a 5 out of 10.
I didn't really see it because you can't hear much in the green room anyway.
No, blocks out most of the sound on the stage.
Yeah, but he seemed sad.
Yeah, I think he forgot a section of his joke that he was going to do.
Well, I don't know. My missus thought you did great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell him that. So because what?
Because I'm not gay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gay.
Unless Kevin Spacey can sniff it out.
Yeah, exactly.
In which case I might have to re-question everything.
Yeah.
But it was good. Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah.
Crowd
No,
loved
dude, it was red hot. Yeah. And then my missus's parents were super impressed because like the way I present it is just like, oh, I'll do this dumb shit.
Yeah.
Come see it if you want.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Rove off the telly. We'll come watch.
Yeah. I know him from the TV.
Yeah. And then they were like, wow, you're like a lot better than we thought you were going to be.
Yeah, that's funny. That's because I think we maybe not comedians, but maybe a personality type. We like a under promise kind of thing. You know what I mean? We're like, let's lower those
like an Australian thing.
Yeah, that's true. Let's lower those expectations down here, so
Yeah.
when you come, you're not disappointed.
Yeah. Because it's so much better to under promise and over perform. Then the inverse is so embarrassing.
Yeah. Come and say I'm going to be amazing.
And then you just eat.
Yeah. Have you ever bombed hard? I don't think I ever see you bomb, really. Touch wood.
Well, you haven't watched me enough because I bomb a lot.
No.
Especially on new. Yeah,
on new material.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we all don't do well on new material. Like, have you ever written something or that's is going to do well and it does well? Like, there's been maybe 2 jokes that I've written that I've laughed out loud at when I've written it down, and they both do really well. Everything else is kind of a slogging it out.
Yeah, I think I'm sort of the same. Most of the time, I just feel like maybe it'll be funny and I'll try it. Sometimes, most of the time, I'm just surprised. I'm like, oh, I guess it works.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think the only real gag that I was like, oh, this is kind of funny is like the sunscreen gag where I just have sex with a man.
Is the punchline.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool.
And I was like, oh, that'll work. Because the mental image is sort of funny to me.
That's great. Well, what is, not to put you on the spot, but what is like the last note that you wrote down for a joke or an idea? Like, have you got a phone, like a notes app or anything? Or
I'll have a look. I think the last thing I was trying to expand on, I don't know if you've heard my psychology stuff.
Yes, your missus is studying psychology.
Yeah. And then she's like an autism diagnosis specialist, and that's how we met or whatever. And then there's like a bunch of tags. But then I want to because a line that I keep hearing from people when I tell them that she's a psychologist is she must be psychoanalyzing you. And then I'm like, no, she just asks normal questions you would hear in like any relationship. Like, what's your relationship like with your mother? Why do you keep saying we're dating? Why are you following me?
Yeah.
What are you doing outside my house?
Yeah, that's great. It's a bunch of tags.
Yeah. Well, I just want to try them all
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
see what sticks.
Yeah.
Hopefully, at least one.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean,
That's
you can
the
do
last
them
thing
all.
I wrote. Yeah.
Because I've got a bit where I call back a bunch of jokes, which you might have heard, but it's like the bit where like my son walks in on us, and he starts yelling out weird stuff like "Who is that?" and "Where's mum?"
Oh yeah.
And then, But then he says there's like 3 more tags where it's like it's just callbacks from other things that I've set up.
Yeah.
And that's like the last joke that I have.
And then you roller skated away.
Then I rollerbladed away. No, then that's a different ending to it. Yeah. So what was that? Was that the recent one then?
Yeah, well, that's the one I saw. I can
Yeah.
have another look if you're not impressed with
No,
that.
I like that. It's great.
What about this? So, one time I saw a guy, and he was like, this was in Kalgoorlie, and he's like punching. I was in the bathroom at the pub, and he's like punching like the condom dispenser because it wouldn't give him a condom. And I think that's like one of life's cruelest ironies because he's going to be like a terrible father. That's
Yeah,
like,
no, I get. I thought you were gonna go for a hitting the missus.
oh jeez, no.
Yeah. like if he's punching, punching the condom machine now.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
you know.
Well, maybe that's implied,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't think I want to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was like, I just think whenever there's an irony, there's a chance for something to be funny.
Yeah.
But it's sort of just like a concept.
Mm.
Well, this is where it
That's
all.
cool. Well, next time I have you on, we'll see if that develops into anything. And then what's next? Have you got any other big shows coming up? Or
I don't know about big, but I got a show this Friday with Brian Shields.
hell yeah, this is not going to be out before then. But how was it?
I haven't been to it
No,
yet.
I'm kidding. As in, like, it's not going to
right.
be out.
Oh, it was great.
And then this is something I've recently started asking everyone. What's the title of your Netflix special?
Oh yeah, I don't know, man. What are some of the previous answers?
I think Felix said self-deprecating with Felix Mav. Or I think we changed
or
it
anti-Semite.
Yeah. And then we changed it to self-defecating.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I can't remember the other ones. It's new. It's newish. We've got a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Fart and Darcey.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Well, yeah, you could. But that's not really like.
No, nothing to do with anything.
It's not. Yeah. It's not really my style of humor either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's a terrible question because I put you on the spot.
Well, it's not really a terrible question. But isn't that like a good question? Because now I'm like thinking.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The gears are turning, but I don't know.
No, I don't know with Martin Darcey.
Yeah, it's like that shit at the end of I don't know if you've seen, like, because you went to uni.
No.
Well, anyway, but at the end of things, they just have like this page is left blank intentionally.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, well, what the is the point of telling me this? Just you.
And now it's not, by the way.
Yeah. Well, it's no longer blank. It's like ruined its own. It's ironic.
Yeah. Here's the page. Here lies where used to lie a blank page.
Yeah.
It's strange.
And now it just has that text.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because before it was just a blank page. And you're like,
Yeah.
well, why have I stapled this?
Yeah. Thank you, Martin Darcey. I'm going to have you back if you want. I was thinking we could do one, you, me, Felix, and Lockie.
That sounds good.
Do a little 4-piece. Maybe have a drinking one because they've got this drinks cart that's being virtually unused over here.
Yeah.
You like a drink?
I will drink. I'll drink and drive.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me on.
No
I don't know if we achieved much.
We achieved what I wanted to achieve. I like to get into your mind a little bit and figure out what makes you tick on stage and off stage and how you write.
I think what we learn is that not much goes on in my head. I just like try shit, and then if it works, I keep it, and if it doesn't, I let it go, and that's it.
Thank you, Martin Darcey.
No,
Tune in next week. Until then, see you later.
Thank you for listening.